According to Alexander Volkanovski, Moza Evlov is the name that fascinates him the most at the moment. Evlov's perfect record makes it a challenge worthy of a legacy, Volk admitted, something that actually makes him feel competitive. It's not just about fighting. For a man like Volk, who has previously faced the greatest of the best, it's about engaging in real combat and defeating an unbeaten up-and-coming talent like Mozart. That adds even more significance to his already illustrious career. In contrast, Evelo has been steadily accumulating one of the featherweight division's most impressive resume. He just defeated Arnold Allen by a narrow margin, demolished Diego Lopez in a furious tussle, and stunned everyone by defeating Aljamain Sterling. In his ascent to 145, the man has been surreptitiously gathering names and is now directly involved. It would be more than simply a technical masterclass if Vul and Eve of Clash were to face off. Two of the division's smartest fighters would engage in a high-stakes, high-IQ battle, and at this point in his career, Volk would consider it a huge accomplishment to add the scalp of an unbeaten emerging talent like Evov. The fact that he is still striving for greatness even after winning a championship is a truthful statement.
To Australia, that wasn't going to happen. I was bringing this back and I'm man of my word.
I've got to ask you about what's next. Obviously, everyone will talk about the Movstar fight. I don't know how exciting or how excited people are about it. The Ilia fight, I'm sure, is one you'd love to run back. Where are you? Where is your headspace at the moment about what you would like to do next? Because there are plenty of options for you.
Yeah, well, I guess got to talk to the UFC. You know, I did mention Mosvar. He's undefeated. I like the fact that he's undefeated and, you know, still one of the younger generation again, right? Like undefeated, I think for the legacy that would still mean so much. But you're right, is that what the fans want? Is that what the UFC wants? I don't know, I'm going to need to talk to him. We'll see what happens. But, you know, I think my hand's all good. I don't think there's any broken bones. So I'm looking to, you know, let this heal up. You know, which won't take a long couple of stitches, we'll be right. and I'll get back in this.
Tornado regarding Patty Pimblett's commanding victory over Michael Chandler, Moano has offered her thoughts. Additionally, Moano has his sights set on something else, while the majority of fans are preoccupied with the highlight reel finale. Patty's initial shortcomings, Moano claims that people are losing sight of the extent of Patty's early injuries. Patty's defense was unsteady under duress, and Chandler delivered some crisp, powerful shots. However, that isn't necessarily a thing in Moana's perspective. He never showed signs of terror, remained calm, and ate those shots. Furthermore, Patty's stand-up looked better than ever, so it wasn't simply about getting by. It's obvious that he has been working hard. His shot selection, head movement, and footwork have all improved. That, together with his already risky grappling and deft back control, make him a lightweight who is becoming increasingly problematic. Patty's name just became much more well-known in the category after this performance. There could be blockbusters in your future. Consider a duel between Patty and Ilia Topuria in the UK versus Spain, or a match between Justin Gaethje and a gritty striker versus grappler chess player. In summary, Patty is no longer simply buzz. He's making quick progress, and winning the title is no longer just a pipe dream. It's become
Patty the Freddy. I was surprised with Patty performance. But to be honest with you, he's getting better. That's the thing. The ground and pound changes the game, you know? When you have, like, in the meaning that if you win in a decision or even on a submission, but if you beat somebody up like that, just makes you look much better.
Right.
You know, like BSD fight. But the problem with Patty on the first round, he made a lot of mistakes, and people are not talking about that.
Tell us that. Tell us what you mean specifically there.
To be honest, at the same time, it's a mistake and was a check, you know, because Chandler put a punch with full force, and he ate that shit, bro.
He ate the shit out of it.
He ate that shit, brother. So
Patty's very durable.
Yeah, so he is durable. There were some question about his chin against a guy that can punch, and he ate that fucking shot, man, bro. That was surprised.
Islam Makhachev, the UFC lightweight champion, has stated that he wants to advance to the welterweight division. Islam stated that he was just remaining in the division to give Arman Saruki the opportunity he felt he was due in a recent news piece published by the Russian MMA publication Low Kick MMA. However, Arman's departure means that door is shut and Islam is no longer waiting. Islam believed that Sarukan would be the last battle at 155. He is currently working to earn the second title he has been vying for by fighting the victor of Bal Muhammad versus Jack Diamat Alina. Being a two-division champion has always been the aim, and Islam believes there is nothing more to show in that weight class because there are no more interesting lightweight challenges. What Islam said was as follows, quotation, "I have to admit that I don't have any more thrilling fights at lightweight remaining. Arman was meant to be the one, but that isn't happening right now. I must be given the opportunity to compete for the welterweight crown. That second belt is necessary for me. Either I succeed or I fail. In the meantime, supporters and even UFC President Dana White have expressed a strong desire to witness Islam and the recently promoted unbeaten champion Ilia Topuria engage in a super fight. Another level of suspense is added by the time of Topuria's ascension. Is it the game to play? Can the UFC resist the allure of Georgia versus Dagestan, a champion versus champion matchup? Come on, this must take place. How do you feel about this circumstance? Which would you prefer, the victor of Bal in JDM or the unbeaten Ilia? Comment below. Recently, Corey Sandhagen discussed his impending bantamweight matchup with Figueroa and Davis. A bout that is as captivating in terms of style as it is in terms of what the title implies. He knows very well that he is in danger. Despite having risen from flyweight, Figgy's power is no laughing matter. Figgy's danger even at bantamweight is demonstrated by the fact that he dropped both Peter Yan and Chito Vera, two men renowned for their tenacity. It appears to be a classic clash of styles on paper. Sandhagen is all on technical mastery and volume of movement. Corey's key will be remaining elusive and using his reach and footwork to frustrate Figgy, while Figgy will be searching for those huge moments to transform the fight in an instant. Figgy delivers explosive power, tight combos, and pressure-heavy exchanges. This battle has consequences.
Yeah, I mean, he's dropped Yan and he dropped Cheeto, so that's definitely impressive. His arms are freakishly long, and he is like pretty springy, you know, like he's got a little bit of a different, I feel like there's like a couple Brazilian styles. He doesn't have the Dutch one. I don't really know how to describe the second one. It's almost like that roughy guy that's fighting where their weight is a little bit back. They kind of have one of their lead arms out, versus like an Aldo style where both of their hands are by their face. They stand a little bit more square and they're a little heavier on the front leg. Figgy's not that version of it. So they both hit hard for sure, but I think that Figgy's power is good and it's timed well. I would say that the difference between him at 135 and 125 is that he's a lot less of a bully at 135 than he is at 125. At 125, he was just like marching people down.